Luca, a gangster with a lion's heart, commanded the streets with fierce fairness. His twin brother Nico and childhood confidant Rico were his shadows, trusted through every deal and danger. They planned a high-stakes casino heist, a job to etch their names in legend. But as sirens screamed and shadows scattered, Luca stood alone, framed for a murder he didn't commit. Nico and Rico had tipped off the cops, their betrayal sharp as viper venom. The trial was swift, the sentence brutal, 5 years in a prison where Nico's secret payments ensured enemies stalked Luca, shivers in the dark, whispers of his brother's orders. He endured, spirit battered but unbroken. Freed, Luca emerged hardened yet hopeful, vowing to rebuild. He found Dante and Sofia, sharp and ambitious, and forged a new crew. They plotted a comeback, a score to eclipse the past. But Dante, seduced by a rival gang's fortune, sold Luca's plans, unleashing a midnight ambush. Bullets ripped through the night, Luca barely escaped, bloodied and betrayed. Worse, Sofia, whom he loved like a sister, vanished with their cash, leaving a note, "You're too soft, Luca. Trust is for fools." Her words cut deeper than bullets, leaving him penniless, alone, and shattered on the city's edge. At his lowest, homeless and haunted, Luca was found by Enzo, an old friend whose loyalty time couldn't erode. Enzo offered a hand, leading Luca to a community center where Talia, Marcus, and Joe ran a youth outreach program. Unlike the vipers of Luca's past, they were selfless, sharing meals, guarding each other's backs, welcoming Luca without judgment. Their quiet strength, like steadfast wolves, began to mend his broken trust. Talia's fierce compassion, Marcus's steady resolve, and Joe's quick wit showed Luca a new kind of family, bound not by blood or greed but by care. Old wounds, though, bred paranoia. One night, Luca overheard Joe on a cryptic call, whispering about keeping Luca close. The words reeked of betrayal, and Luca's heart hardened. He confronted Joe, braced for lies, but Joe's eyes held only truth. They'd been working with police to shield the group from a rival gang Dante had provoked, risking their own safety for Luca's. Humbled, Luca saw the difference. His new friends weren't vipers but wolves, loyal to the pack. The truth burned away his doubts, teaching him to value trust over suspicion. With Talia, Marcus, Joe, and Enzo beside him, Luca found his true calling. He poured his leadership into the community, growing the outreach program into a city-wide network. He mentored kids, built safe havens, and turned his lion's roar into a call for unity. The streets that once feared him now revered him, not for crime but for compassion. His influence soared, surpassing any power he'd chased as a gangster. Luca stood tall, surrounded by allies whose loyalty was proven in deeds, not words, his heart no longer scarred by vipers but lifted by those who stood with him through the darkest nights. True strength, he learned, lies not in wealth or control but in the bonds of loyalty and trust, forged through actions, not words.